Man, these folks and brought the go back out from the dark. Said, hey, I see what y'all doing. Y'all can do y'all little 2-man game, whatever. It's big me. Me.
He said y'all can do y'all 2 or 3 man weave, but all I need is me type thing.
I just need the ISO. Exactly.
That's cool. Y'all know what's up, man. Y'all know what's up, man. All hell King Kendrick.
I don't know about all
and it's
that.
up.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping.
Man, we recognize the greatness that is Kendrick Lamar. Don't get me wrong. But come on now. I'm honestly getting tired of it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm getting tired of you.
It's getting tired of greatness?
No, hear me out. Just hear me out. It's not greatness. I'm getting tired of you popping up every 5 years. I'm getting tired of you popping up every 5 years on somebody else's track to shoot shots at somebody. Like
that's tough.
drop your own track and shoot your shots. We did this 10 years ago with Control. That's the only thing. That's my only thing. Like, if you're gonna come out like this, let it be your own track instead of Future and Metros. That's all I got.
But when you do what you do and you got that reputation of causing havoc like he doing, like a king does, a king ain't got to step out to his peasants. You know what I'm saying? Until he want to. Till I feel like looking at y'all peasants. I feel like looking at y'all peasants. I'm gonna stay in the crib, chilling. You know what I'm saying?
So you all fine with hiding behind a future track and throwing shots instead of just dropping your own shit, dropping.
He's not
no. See, here's the thing, bro. For me, too, hush it. Because it's 2 against 1, bro. You done took this air, so take this air, brother. Like, if I'm going to call you the king of something, if you want my respect, I need you to stand 10 toes down on it. So to what Trevor just said, don't be hopping on a feature that you didn't promote, you didn't say it was coming out. It's not your own music, it's not your mixtape album or anything like that, bro. Stand 10 toes down on it. Put your own music out there. If whatever shade you gotta throw, whatever rock set you gotta throw, bro, do that on your own time. Don't let me hear from you every 5 to 6 years, bro. I will respect a king if I at least heard from him every now and then. If I saw him, every other blue moon. We hear from him how often?
I'm gonna take y'all through history real quick, and we can start the pod. Theodore Roosevelt, to my understanding, was one of the greatest presidents of all time, and one of his greatest quotes was "Speak softly, carry a big stick." Kendrick doesn't have to say much, but when he says it does this, because not us, but people in his realm has called him the greatest, have called him the best in what he does today. Screw us, little people like us. When I got people like Snoop, Dre, everybody else in the game calling me the best, and I can come out and call out each and every one of y'all, and who's not to say this ain't just a little shot? Let's see what y'all got, Cole. Are you gonna respond, Drake? Please do, because the last albums that you did were whack. Cole, thank God you finally on the come up. Let's see what you can do. But this Kendrick, he done it now, bro. He ain't got to do no more, bro. Like, come on, man. Y'all bullshit.
Cole on the come up. Cole been at the top, bro. That's the only reason it's been that way is because Kendrick takes a sabbatical every after every album.
Agreed, because Kendrick takes a sabbatical. What if he
Cole been at the top, and it's nobody's fault but Kendrick because he decides to pop out whenever he decides to. And I personally, I am not knocking Kendrick Lamar at all. I do think he is one of the greatest. My thing is stand 10 toes down, drop your own shit. If you're gonna throw your shots on your own track. Don't hide behind Future and Metro on this one.
I'm on this podcast. I'm telling y'all, a war is coming. A war is coming.
I'm ready.
We saying it out, and we're ready for it. And like I said, hip hop is a sport. We can talk about it, but a war is coming.
I'll compromise you with this. I think when Kendrick dropped the Heart Part 4, if I'm not mistaken, when he threw his shot at Big Sean and Drake, then I was like, all right, Kendrick, now this is what I need. I don't need you hiding behind nobody else's track. Like, if you're gonna do it, that's fine. Once every blue moon, you can do it on a feature, but if you're gonna throw your shot, make it your own track. That's all I'm asking.
So if I can play devil's advocate though, like to bring this together collectively. Like I do love this. Like for hip hop, for rap, bro. Like
It's
the
needed.
first three
It's needed.
3 months of 2024 has been off to a solid one. So to your point, and I'll give you this: if it starts a war, as a fan of Kendrick, as a fan of Metro, of Future, Drake, Cole, whatever the case may be, I love all of this. So continue to drop all of this music. Somebody
Man.
that's heavy on music every Friday. You know, I'm gonna bump my music Saturday mornings. You know, with my mimosa, I'm planning whatever the case may be. I just love all of this music. So everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I still don't think Kendrick is the king.
Man, look, black culture as a whole has been off to a great start in 2024.
Oh, we winning.
We got to give
We
Cat
winning.
Williams his flowers for throwing the first shot. So yeah, it is.
Shout
what
out
it is.
to
Shout out to us, man. I love us.
I love us too, man. Speaking of us, we're gonna get more into actually us, man. But well, no pun intended. Let's get right on into it.
Welcome to Let's Be Real Sports Podcast, presented by Let's Be Real Media. Watch us live on YouTube and Twitter, and follow us on TikTok and Instagram at LBR_media. Also, subscribe to us on any podcast platform.
What's going on? BLJ here, the best hype man in the NBA. Man, I'm here with Let's Be Real. Tune in. Hello.
Let's be real.
Yep. What up, gang? This is another episode of Let's Be Real. I am your host, Tab Shakir. Blessed with my great brothers. What's going on, my brothers?
Man, what's good, everybody? This your guy Trev. It's just a wonderful, wonderful time. It's a wonderful, wonderful day. Just like the title of this episode, at the end of the day got to end. So joy comes in the morning. That people always remember that.
You gotta love us.
Sure. What? First of all, what a quote that was. Like, I know I'm getting older in age when like that quote, like what she said, made so much sense to me. Like 15-year-old Skylar would have been like, bro, what? But then like 32-year-old Skylar, like when I hear Glorilla, shout out to her, she's part of my flowers when we get to that point. But to hear like at the end of the day got to end, it just makes so much sense. Yeah, what's going on there, everybody? Happy Saturday. Of course, we got Madness in March. Excited to get into all the sports with y'all today.
Yes, sir. And a little bit more than sports, man. Like I said, we talk about it all, man. Great talk. We're gonna bring it back at the end of the pod for sure, because there's some things that can be said. I'm gonna ask y'all a would you rather as well. I was gonna do it now, but let's wait. Let's get the people what they want. Continue to talk about the sports and what we do. But before then, again, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. Again, we are engaging, so make sure y'all comment. Let us know what your thoughts down below. Make sure you follow us at LBR_media on everything but Threads, because Thread is lame. Shout out to 3 the Harder Way podcast we will record on Monday. The podcast is currently on their E-tour, and it is coming to the city nearest you. For everybody that's listening, most of everybody that's listening. Again, make sure y'all check out the latest episode of the 3 the Harder Way
Memorial
podcast.
Classics continues.
You know what I'm saying? We just gonna leave it there. We just gonna leave it there.
The new big three, from what I've been saying on Twitter.
Save for Monday.
For everybody that's checking and being a part of the LBR family, I'm not gonna say much on it today. Just make sure you checked in. Make sure you tap in with us. Get both of us 200 subscribers. Absolutely. We kind of at a neck and neck race. It's kind of funny to see, but again, man, if you like good content, make sure you subscribe.
It's great. So,
of course, make sure you subscribe. Both. Shout out to the Jeans Report, of course, doing this thing hilarious as LBR Gaming at Simply Trevor on the PlayStation. Shout out to Ron Harris, the Jump Pass Pod Bro, and of course our sponsors at SeatGeek. Man, without further ado, this is when I'm going to shut the hell up and let my great co-hosts do what they do and talk about some of the games in the NCAA tournament.
Oh man, I'll start off because we're gonna let Skylar share his experiences with March Madness very shortly. But the NCAA tournament is underway. Can't really much say that it was very. I wouldn't say underwhelming, and I wouldn't say mid. It's been pretty decent. Had some really good games at this first weekend. Of course, probably the biggest one of the weekend. It's probably the major upset of Oakland University. That's Oakland University in Michigan, for those that didn't know. Upsetting the University of Kentucky in like convincing fashion. By the way, Oakland just could not miss from three for whatever reason. And Kentucky just decided not to guard the three. You had another decent game with Sanford against Kansas that came down to a terrible call, in my opinion, which eventually led to Kansas escaping. Had another decent game yesterday with Northwestern and FAU. Northwestern just, for some reason, they just hit a button in overtime and they just could not miss. It was neck and neck for the entire game until that overtime. Northwestern pulled it away, and I believe they won by 12, if I'm not mistaken. Just great games all around, man, and not that many upsets per se, which is fine. Then on the women's side, you kind of see everything starting to form as well with LSU. LSU took care of business in their first game, and I believe there's a couple games today, if I'm not mistaken. So overall, man, this is great. This is great. It's not the greatest as it's been in the past, but I'm enjoying it as a basketball head. But man, please, and I'll pass it over to Skylar after this. Please, NCAA, make the men's game 4 10-minute quarters instead of 2 20-minute halves. I'm sorry. I'm getting tired of y'all taking a commercial break like every like 30 seconds. That also bothers me as well. But I understand you got to be right. But 4 10-minute quarters. 4 10-minute quarters. You do that, I promise you, things will be there. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Thank you, Ryan. Shout out to MTSU for knocking off Louisville in the first round of the tournament as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna add too much. I'm not gonna exactly just say what Trevor just said, because I mean he's said exactly what I was gonna say in terms of like the upsets. Like I feel like March is one of the better months in terms of sports related. Of course, you have February with the NFL playoffs and the Super Bowl. I think you have like other months throughout the year, but like if basketball heads, like we in our bag for the month of March because we're in the final stretch of the NBA. Then you have college basketball, both men's and women. So it's just good to see. It's good to be on Twitter at this time, right? You get to see the trolls. You get to see the good stories that, in basketball programs with these smaller schools beating these bigger schools. These teams that's beating Kentucky. Shout out to Kentucky losing. Shout out to John Calipari losing. But those are good stories. And what I just really want to talk about today is Sharky and I were able to experience March Madness or the NCAA tournament in person yesterday, and what a scene! Like, granted, so you get 4 games. There's 2 sessions. In the first round, if you're a city hosted or whatever the case may be. So we paid for 4 games. The games themselves weren't competitive, but the atmosphere is something, again, that like you see on TV. Like you can kind of like get that experience a little bit on TV, but it's a whole lot different from like to be there in person, right? Like to see the bands, the schools, the fans. Like we ended up being able to see Nebraska and Texas A&M yesterday. Yes, exactly, Ryan. You read that too.
Yeah,
we were able to witness Nebraska and Texas A&M yesterday, and so we're on Bill. Me and Sharky on Bill, grabbing something to food, grabbing something to eat, and then like the entire day, I think we got there like 10:30, 10:45, and all you see on Bill is nothing but red and white, which is essentially Nebraska. So Nebraska came with like 10,000 fans. Like Bill is painted in red and white. And it's just like, dang, bro, like this is going to be live. And so maybe we can share the video that Sharky and I took yesterday. We can put that on the social media page. But like, again, to be there, to like, as the doors are opening to the FedEx Forum and you see 8, 9,000, 10,000 people, it repping their school like drunk as hell. They lit, they taking pictures, they got poster signs, like they got their favorite player to root for. And I think when me and Sharky were in line, we end up being like right behind like a Nebraska alum who played basketball for the school. I think he said something like he finished top 5. He's in the top 5 in terms of 3-point field goals made or 3-point field goal percentage or something like that. Like me and Sharky just in it, like it's like 4 or 5 people like walk up, introduce themselves to him. And I was just like, yo, who is dude? And so like he just starts to talk about himself, like, oh shoot, like you holding it down like that. So like it's like I said, it's just an experience, brother. Like it's one of those things that like you check off you check that off on your to-do list in terms of things that you want to experience. So it was good. And so everything was good yesterday. We're going to go back again tomorrow for 2 more games that I feel like should be even more competitive. So it was hella fun, and I would definitely recommend anybody that's big on college basketball to pull up on an NCAA game for sure.
Yeah. To my understanding, I think we got the women's Final Four out here. So you think I'm not getting a ticket for that? Okay,
you definitely should.
You think I'm not?
Oh yeah, you. Yeah, you might want to make that happen.
Yeah. So a couple questions real quick. One, I want y'all to be real with me. Have we, because like we're grown men, have we not matured to the point where we don't laugh out loud whenever we see Calipari take a big L? Like, have we not matured, or do we still do that?
I'm not mature. I'm not going to answer for anybody else. I'm definitely not mature. And I'm at the point now, like I'm over what he did, but like when you're on Twitter as much as we are, and you get the trolls from schools in your conference, but then as a Memphis fan, you definitely get those trolls from Kentucky. It's just like, yeah, before you point the finger and laugh at me, your situation actually ain't much better than mine. We actually have the same amount of wins in the past 4 years in the NCAA tournament than you have, right? So shut up. Like, and granted, they got
shut up.
And I think at the end of the day, like Memphians would definitely. I think there are some Memphians for sure. I'm not going to be the cap. I feel like there are some Memphians that would take John Calipari back. Like if you have to do away with Penny Hardaway stepped down, whatever the case may be. If nothing else, granted, you may not get the NCAA success, but you're gonna get the talent in here. And so, as basketball heads, as a basketball city, we would definitely appreciate that. But yeah, I definitely laugh out loud when they lose for sure.
Bro, you see that buyout price tag for John Calipari in Kentucky?
Sheesh. Yeah.
33 mil.
I wish somebody would pay me $33 million to go.
Right, just to go away.
Golly, that's like Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Well, now Russell Wilson is getting paid by the Broncos
to go away.
Actually,
to go away.
No, 39. That's 39. And that's 6'4".
No, they bought him out. And they bought him out. Yeah. I believe that 34 mil that he was supposed to get this season is guaranteed. They still owe that man 85 mil. They 85 mil in the hole, and that's most of it going to Russ.
Wait, are you serious? Mm-hmm. Not just like other topic, but okay, yeah, I just learned something.
But
make your money, Russ. No, I did have another question too. Because I thought Auburn was going to win. Like I talked to a lot of people, and I did a couple of brackets, and they both had Purdue and Auburn in the championship. Auburn lost yesterday, so I say that to ask y'all who y'all got winning, if y'all got anybody winning at this point.
Right now, honestly and truthfully, I'm just waiting on the inevitable UConn versus Houston. I think for most of the season, for what I have watched, I can't say I watched the entire season, but for what I have watched. UConn and Houston look like the probably 2 most complete teams in the entire field. I know everyone's talking about Purdue and Zach Edey and his revenge and things of that nature, but I just don't see it with Purdue. I expect Purdue to go out somewhere between the Elite 8, the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. But yeah, UConn and Houston has probably looked like the 2 most complete teams in the entire tournament. So until I see otherwise, I think it's gonna come down to that matchup. I'm not sure if they're in the same bracket or if they're on 2 opposite sides of the bracket, but the winner between those 2 will be your national championship.
Yeah, so keeping it a buck with you too. I just haven't necessarily been that much invested in college basketball. At this point in my life, I don't watch much college basketball until February, March. Like
February.
if it's not the
Yeah.
Tigers, I'm really not watching nobody else. But
Cool,
a team
man.
that I've seen, a team that I've seen multiple times, and I'm just like, yeah, that team cold as hell. It's UConn. Like UConn, in my opinion, does not have a weakness. They have like probably the best 7-8 lineup than anybody in the country. Like I don't see a weakness. They have a really good coach, really good guard play, a pretty decent big man. So like again, like you can't go to the roster and like, they have a flaw here. Can rebound, can shoot, can defend. And so when you can do all three of those things, and at the end of the day, when you have a guard that can get to the basket, I just think that UConn has it. Now, granted, it's March, and UConn could very much lose tomorrow, right? And Houston, in my opinion, who does not look that good, I've seen them a couple times. Houston, who does not look that good to me, could very well be in it too. So there's multiple teams that's in it. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a 7 seed in there somewhere or a higher seed, just because like that's what this month is about. It's about all you gotta do is win one game. You may not need to be the best team for a 2 or 3 week stretch. You just need to be the best team for that day for 40 minutes. And so if you can continue to do that, then you got a chance.
Yeah.
Sounds good, my brother. Yeah, got anything else on March Madness right now?
Yeah, I was gonna add my
What's up?
little spiel on Calipari real quick.
Oh yeah.
Calipari is probably the only person I know for sure that will have Tiger fans and Vol fans both united in harmony just to roast the same person. So, which is hilarious. But yeah, it is great to see him lose because it's like he's riding the coattails on basically who guarding AD, because that year it was like you better not lose a national championship that year because you had Anthony Davis. And you've done virtually nothing since then, or even before then. So yeah, it's great seeing them lose. It's hilarious. I laugh every time because it's the same type of team. It's a team that plays well together, execute their offense pretty well, and then do a good job of shutting down Calipari coach teams in a half court. That's literally what happens every single year with them.
I love it. I love to know that we, as good, strong Black men who have families now, have not matured. That's beautiful to see. Shout out to Ryan calling him the Doc Rivers of college basketball. It's hilarious.
Ryan need to be sharing some of that money, bro, because Ryan hit on like
Ryan out here
yesterday, bro. Like, Hey, so let's do this. At this point, Ryan can't get on until he at least share $5 with us. He out here winning stacks, bro. So Ryan can't get in the comments until he at least share $5. How about that? I'm making that executive decision, damn it.
We not. How about this? We not gonna share his comment on the pod until he's shares.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
There we go. So comment all you want because we need it. But but share up, my guy. Share up. See, Devin Trevor, you got Trevor on the side already. We can't even make it 30 seconds. But
I share the emoji. It's all good. It's all good.
Shout out to you, Ryan. Keep winning, dog. You know what you're doing, man. And I see the method. I'm gonna tap in. I should tap in today, actually. I see the method.
I do too. I'll pick it up on it. I'm about to make my return. Yeah,
for sure. All right, well, good segue, Trevor. Somebody who ain't making a return. The G League Ignite are no longer ignited. No, they will no longer be returning.
Pretty much at the end, I'll just kind of bring some context. So, of course, at the end of this season, pretty much, and after the 2024 NBA draft, G League Ignite will no longer be in place for the NBA. We know the original plan for G League Ignite was to provide another path to the NBA. So players coming out of high school, if they didn't want to go to college and they wanted to make some money and things of that nature, they could do so. So far, they've gotten 10, I believe 12 players in the NBA, and I believe 10 out of the 12. Well, I wouldn't say 10 out of the 12 or something like that was almost in the lottery, or at least in the first round. So my question to the guys, man, of course, we know the reason for it is because of NIL, but would you ultimately look at G League Ignite as a success, or would you look at it as a failure, just based on what you know about G League Ignite?
I think at the end of the day, when there's a platform for Black people's, more so specifically Black men, to excel at something, I'm always going to look at that as a win. And so, granted, you probably would have liked to see this type of thing continue. But to your point, Trevor, you just mentioned, I think, or somebody mentioned that there's 12 players that have gone from that from there to the NBA. And so maybe if that platform wasn't available, like, do those players get that opportunity to make it to the league, right? So yes, probably is the answer, but you never know. So at the end of the day, I look at it as a success because there were multiple men that were able to make it to the NBA through their platform. So I look at it as a success for sure.
Thank you for answering that firstly, though, because I agree. Because it was a success because at the end of the day, the reason that the Ignite was to come about was to kind of give young men, I ain't gonna say just black men, but young men specifically, another option outside of going to the classroom, waking up early, studying, doing whatever you got to do on campus, as well as being a college student athlete, versus you're just now a professional athlete now. So it was another option. Did it fail? I don't think it failed. In a sense of, because I'm a big fan of Sir Thompson. Scoot Henderson, still got the potential. There's a bunch of Ignite players that, like I said, have had success and are going to have success in the NBA. But my thing is, when you have, let's say, 10 Scoot Hendersons or 10 Sar Thompsons, how do you develop one in a season when the next season you bring it on the next Scoot Henderson and Asar Thompson's, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's much of a chance to really, really develop on the court. But I think off the court is kind of where you kind of learn the professionalism and how to grow as a professional athlete and as a man. And at the end of the day too, they didn't win too many games. So it's like, are you still really developing on the court as well? That I guess you kind of got to question what I just said, but I can see both sides to it. Like I said, there are players in the league that are going to have success, but if I'm seeing everybody that look like me, everybody's a twin here, everybody else a top 10 player, top 15, top 20 player that didn't want to go to college, how am I, as a person, going to develop on the court when I'm going against somebody that's kind of looking like me?
Yeah, and I also look at it from the standpoint, like, I have a daughter, got another baby girl on the way. Shout out to the
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, but and so one thing that I'll preach to them is the same thing that was instilled in me in college is there's a thousand ways to do something. You can come up with 1,000 ways to do something. If you want to get to the NBA, again, so this is what this was for. If you want to get to the NBA, maybe you don't have to go to college. Maybe you don't have to go overseas. There's other avenues for you to do something. If you want to be president, you don't have to maybe take the traditional path. If you want to be the CEO of a company, you don't have to necessarily take the same path that Trevor took or Skylar took, whatever the case may be. You can create your own path to still be successful. So like that, at the end of the day, that's why I look at it as like, again, you would want something like this to continue, but regardless of wins or losses, regardless of if this program can continue after this year, it was still a win because it's a reminder that you can do whatever you want to do, and you can take your own avenue to do that.
All right, so just to kind of get some stuff correct real quick. So G League Ignite has 12 players in the NBA currently. 10 of those 12 were drafted. And out of the 10 that were drafted, 4 out of those 10 were, of course, in the lottery. So you can definitely say,
guaranteed
you would definitely take it. You can definitely say it was a success. And out of those 4 in the lottery, of course, the jury's still out on Scoop, and we know what's going on in Portland with their Jalen Green is starting to maybe develop into that guy, to that potential all-star that he could be. And then we know about Jonathan Kuminga as well. Oh, and Dyson Daniels, who's pretty solid in New Orleans as well. So, man, it's just not those. It's those that were drafted later in the first round as well. So 100%, I would say it's a success. But real quick before we go, do you think now, because the NBA is going to try to come up with a response to the NCAA in the situation with NIL, do you think we go back to the time to where the NBA is allowing players to jump straight from high school to the NBA?
It's going to have to. I say it's going to have to, because in this day and age, it's all about, and what I'm learning from the NBA, if we really want to have a real talk, is all about the bottom line, right? So if I'm about to have a TV deal, I need as many eyes on me as possible. And the most eyes that I know that I'll have is based on social media engagements, followers of these young kids with great social media followers. So if I got, like I said, Bryce James want to come out next season or season after next, he's gonna have that promotion behind him to where people are gonna watch him. People are gonna expect him to be great as well as everybody else. Imagine if LeBron James had social media back then, or Kevin Garnett. It would have helped the league out a little bit more. So I think the NBA may try to take advantage of that and trying to increase their bottom line, because at the end of the day, we're still looking for who's going to be the next face of the league. We don't know who's going to be the next face of the league. So you're going to have to, in a way, start young and go from there, because you also got these young overseas players. Imagine if Luka could have came to the league at 17. Would we want to watch that?
I mean,
Yeah,
he did play. He did have a preseason game at like 16 playing against OKC that year. So yeah.
Hey, and y'all checked in. I checked in. I would love to see it, but because it's not football, it's basketball. Let's hoop. You think you can do you think you can do what you do against me, young fella? Well, come on, let's see. And if you think about it, some of our greatest players of all time came in the league when they were younger. So why stop there?
Yeah, and I think the NBA as a whole is more equipped to handle those type of players or those type of stars, right? Like, so now you have the G League, right? Who, regardless if took as a second, if he was a second overall pick or he's the 25th overall pick, like I can now put him there. So if he's coming in and maybe he's injured and I said he needs to rehab and I want to get him prepped and ready for a true NBA game, I can now put him there instead of essentially just like making him go to college where he probably doesn't want to go to school or whatever the case may be. So I think that's the case now. I think you'll start to see that now that the NBA has a much better support system to support those 17, 18-year-old kids to come right out of high school to go to the NBA. I think you'll start to see that more now.
All right. Anybody, anything else on G League Ignite or the G League itself? Or
Oh yeah, I did have a question. Do y'all feel like the NBA is making a mistake? I feel like they kind of are, because of everything that we said.
Them getting rid of the G League Ignite. I
Mm-hmm.
honestly don't think so. I think it was going to be tough for them to compete because if I'm not mistaken, G League Igniters were getting like $500K just to play on that squad and things of that
Well, the
nature.
college students get millions.
And we hearing these NIL deals with college students are signing for millions upon millions. So it's going to be tough for them to compete. And to your point, I think that's what's eventually going to happen. You have to probably just open it back up and just let players that want to come straight out of high school, maybe they don't want to play college ball. If they want to jump straight to the league, they can jump. If they're not meeting the potential with things of that nature, that's what the G League is for. You send them to the G League, let them develop, and then if things work out, things work out. If not, you just keep the ball rolling.
Totally agree with Trevor. Nothing more to say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're all in agreement. Let's go ahead and hear a word from our sponsor, SeatGeek, and we're going to keep it on the cord.
SeatGeek is the ticket app that takes the confusion out of buying tickets. When you use our code LBR Media, you will get $20 off your first SeatGeek order. SeatGeek scores each ticket selection 0 to 10 to let you know if you're getting a good deal or a bad deal. Click the link in the description to download the app, and remember our code LBR Media for $20 off your first order. SeatGeek, your route to high quality ticket selection.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the good folks at SeatGeek, man. At this time, we're going to go ahead, because I feel like our Would You Rather is going to be pretty long, and our flowers, and I kind of waited for a reason. But let's go ahead and get into our new segment, our newer segment, our LBR Player of the Pod. I'll go ahead and start us off, fellas. Mine is, I'm going to try to pronounce his name right. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it wrong. But Ayo Dosunmu from the Chicago Bulls. I hope I said that right.
I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
I hope I said that right. He, over the last 3 games, he's averaged 31 points a game and 7 assists. And the Chicago Bulls have gone 2-1, and they are still in the play-in. So again, shout out to Dosunmu, 31 points a game over the last 3 games and 7 assists. You get my player of the pod for me, brother.
Trevor, you want to go?
Yeah, I can go next. Mine's for this week will go out to Minnesota and just shout out Ant-Man Anthony Edwards. Averaged 26 in the 3 games he played this week. I know he didn't have the greatest of games against Cleveland, I believe, but Minnesota was still able to pull off a W. Pretty much had the dunk heard around the world on John Collins, on John Collins earlier this past week on Monday. Minnesota right now, I believe, is still kind of slipped a little bit. They're third in the conference, but they're still within range to obtain that top seed in that battle with Denver and OKC. So yeah, big shout out to Ant-Man on a hell of a week this week.
Mine is Mr. Grayson Allen. In his last game, Cuz is shooting the peel off the ball, bro. In his last 5 games, he has 24 3-pointers made on 54% shooting. So then I was like, because I watched the game, I forgot who they played against. So earlier this week, he had a game where he made 9 threes. And I'm like, bro, I feel like Grayson Allen has been like shooting, like he's been making like on the average like 4 to 5 threes a game. Bro, he has made 8 3-pointers in the game 7 times. 7 times, cuz like, hey, bro, he's shooting it up, bro. Like, and low-key, in my opinion, I may be wrong when I say this, low-key saving the Suns. Like, the Suns who are up and down, KD trying to figure out if he want to shoot the ball or not. Bradley Beal, I swear he's falling like 24 minutes throughout the whole season. And Book is still there. But Grayson Allen, I promise you, I feel like he's saving the Suns for sure. So Grayson Allen is my LBR pop of the week.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I can't be upset about any of those gentlemen. I can't be upset about anything you just said about the Suns as well. Because it's definitely looking like it, man. This shit crazy, bro. This shit crazy. But I did leave a couple players for y'all, bro. So we would like to acknowledge Jalen Brunson.
Like we got our first tip.
Exactly.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it, Ryan.
Looks like we got our first tip.
Appreciate it, Ryan.
I'm Grayson Allen 4+ threes, bro. Been money lately. Money.
Say less.
Say less.
But over the last 7 days, Jalen Brunson, a couple players I want to salute to because I left them for y'all, but y'all definitely went and researched and, of course, did what y'all did because y'all are amazing. But Jalen Brunson over the last 7 days has averaged 34 points and 6 assists. Shout out to him. And then Jalen Green. Yeah, Jalen Green is turned up ever since the news came out.
Yes, sir.
Hey, fatherhood will do that to you.
Not for real.
31 points a game. What's his 8 rebounds? Yeah.
Wait, he's averaging 8 rebounds? No.
Over the last 7 days. Over the last
week.
That's the most impressive stat. The 31, I can look and see that. The 8 rebounds is tough. That's decent.
And of course, somebody that's finally catching fire. I'm still not gonna bet on his ass because he's been disappointing me. Dame Lillard, 31 and 11 past 7 days. Still not betting on you, but shout out to you.
Hey, when he's not playing with Giannis, he's solid. It's when he's playing with Giannis.
Good point. Good point. Good point. Okay. Okay.
I watched that game against Phoenix, and bro could not miss, and was just, and that was without Giannis. I mean, of course, granted, you did get a hell of a game from Bobby Portis, which is how Dame ended up with his 15 assists. But yeah, it's starting to be glaring at this point. When Giannis ain't out there on the floor, Dame is able to be himself and just do whatever. It's when Giannis is out there with him,
which is crazy because you would think it would be the complete opposite.
Yep.
Because you would think if Giannis is not there, that's more attention towards to Dame, and he just can't get free like that. But it's the complete opposite. Like when Giannis is not there, Cuz literally goes off every time.
I mean, not to bring up the past, but last year when the Bucks actually beat the Heat in a game, Giannis wasn't playing.
Hey, bro, you trying to open up a whole nother can of worms, brother.
You said it. You said it. Don't put this shit on me. Since we trolling, I'll go.
That one the troll.
That's a fact. No, that's a fact.
That is a stat.
That's a fact. That is a
I'm
fact.
talking about him opening up the whole other can of worms with trolling. That's bad. But that was a fact though. Yeah, I give you that.
Okay.
I give you that because it's true. It's true. It's a fact. I'm messing with
I appreciate it, brother. All right, well, let's get into our next topic. Of course, we are gonna have Team USA talk eventually. And one part that may or may not be a part of Team USA is Joel Embiid. And I'm telling y'all now, if Embiid ain't playing,
If it didn't,
yeah,
they got something to worry about.
Yeah. Thank you. You said it, not me.
It's gonna be a problem.
You said it, not me. But say that to ask y'all fellas: should Joel Embiid return this season, or should the Sixers go ahead and nix it?
I'll go first. So I pitched this to y'all because, of course, this is one of those topics that's been on all the debate shows throughout the week, and so where I've heard many of the same people say, like, no, they should sit him. No, they should, no, they shouldn't bring him back. I'm of the mindset, like, if he's healthy enough, let him play. So then when somebody says that, you say, well, you want to protect him to save him for next year or for the summer so he can rehab. No disrespect to Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid is an amazing player. He gonna get hurt next year anyway. So we ain't gonna have the same conversation, in February, March, April again of next year. So what am I protecting him from? I'm protecting him from November, December, January, where I know he's gonna give me 34 points a game, 12, 13 rebounds. Like, I know he's going to give me that. So if my ultimate goal is not, I might say, get it off your chest, bro. It's not even that, cuz this is one of those that, like, I wish people would start to do more in-depth thinking, right? I think they legit should bring him back. If he's healthy enough to come back, regardless of he's the 7th seed or the 8th seed, I think right now he's projected to be the 8th seed. And yes, you can say who they gonna beat. No, they're not gonna beat the Celtics, or no, they're not gonna beat the Bucks. Are you truly confident in that? Like, I've seen Boston play several times this season. Boston probably looks like the second best team in the league. Yes, check. But then this is, again, Boston Celtics in the postseason is a whole lot different than the Boston Celtics in the regular season. And so, like, if you can tell me, yes, I got a healthy Joel Embiid who's dropped 60 or 70 multiple times this season, and I can look at the Bucks roster, I can look at the Cavs roster, I can look at the Celtics roster and say, who's guarding Joel Embiid? And Tyrese Maxey, who's balling, who can get to the rim at any time. And I think the thing that I'm confident in saying that nobody else has really thought about is Nick Nurse is a damn good coach. He's a damn good coach, bro. So, like, do I trust Nick Nurse over Doc Rivers? Check, yes. Do I trust Nick Nurse over the
Joe
head coach? Joe Mazzulla? Check, yes. Like, he's probably a better coach. He's probably the second best coach in the Eastern Conference, right below Eric Spoelstra. So I'm of the mindset, if he's healthy, what you got to lose? You literally have nothing to lose. So that would be my route.
I like that. Man. I like that. I like that energy, bro.
I mean, you did make a point though, because it's like, yeah, if you shut him down, it's like, okay, you shut him down, let him get right in the summer. It's almost a given he's going to get injured again and miss some time. So, I mean, oof. And then you can kind of, let him get himself right for the Olympics. So I'm all, Joel Embiid is my guy and things of that nature. I'm kind of with Skyler here at this point. Why not? Because let's see, they're 8th right now, so they'll have Miami.
They probably gonna be there too.
So they'll have Miami. Excuse me, they'll have Miami in the first game. And let's see, and if they would so happen to lose, they'll have to beat Chicago or Atlanta to get the 8th spot, which they're very, very capable of doing, even without Joel. So you got Boston or Milwaukee in the first round, and honestly, truthfully, I'm kind of with Scott. You bring Joel back. Who's guarding them on those two teams? Like who's guarding Joel on Boston and Milwaukee? Let's just keep it a buck. And we already know what was the deal with Doc Rivers. He may end up blowing that series anyway, and then Boston may just barely escape. So yeah, Skylar. I'm with you. I'm gonna roll with you on this. Like, if Joel Embiid is healthy, put that man back in the lineup.
Skylar, I love everything you said. Everything you said. So I don't want my answer to disrespect it because, again, if he is healthy, let him play. But I do not want to come on this podcast and have to say that USA are going to get their asses whipped by France. I don't want to do that. So if that means sitting Joel Embiid until the Olympics, just me, big me, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But if he's healthy, of course, let him play because they have a really, really good team and they have a really, really good coach. For everything, like you said, I loved everything you said. But my thing is, I'm looking for the Olympics. And if you go against the Heat, I got the Heat beating you. So that's probably the only way I don't bring them back.
But here's the thing, though. If you're the GM of the Sixers, you're not concerned about the Olympics. You get what out of winning the Olympics? That doesn't benefit you at all. So I'm going to be selfish. If my job is
okay, let me get you back. Let me answer that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm so happy I listened to Gilbert Arenas pod before this. When you talk about Olympics, you're talking about brands. Mm-hmm. When you talk about every star that's so far signed with the Team USA, you got all kind of brands. Steph Curry is Under Armour, and that's it. Ant-Man is Adidas, that's it. Everybody else is looking like Nike. Joel is with Under Armour. That's a big plug and a big market for apparently not overseas players love big man. That's a market that Under Armour may be looking at whoever running the Sixers be like, hey, Daryl Moore, you know you with the shit anyway. Go ahead and sit them for us. Why don't you? So we can have some kind of better representation in the Olympic team because money matters. And we see how the NBA is running now. So that's you say.
That still doesn't benefit me. Like now, granted, if you want to cut me a check under the table, if you want to throw me a couple million for me to persuade Joel Embiid, like, hey, you should play, then hey, bills got to get paid, brother. So then I can listen to you, and then I can make that pitch. But if we don't have that conversation, my job as Daryl Moore is to win a championship. It is to put the best roster out there for me to win a championship, and that ain't got nothing to do with what happens in June and July. That doesn't benefit me. So I'm going to do what's best of my team. If doctors say he's clear to play, you can play him off minutes restrictions going into the playoffs. That's what I'm doing.
And to add to that, how longer is this window going to be open for Philly? As a GM for Philly, you have to look into that because again, with Joel Embiid's injury history and things of that nature, like how long are you going to be at the top? Like, and then eventually. You gotta eventually entertain paying Maxey and things of that nature, and we don't know how things are gonna go once Joel Embiid really starts regressing. So again, to that, if that man is healthy and he can go, and you can put him on a minutes restriction, put that man out there.
Yeah, and he's been very vocal in saying like I want to win. Like regular season accolades do not matter to me. Like I don't care what I do in the regular season. I want to win. So again, if I'm Daryl Morey and I say, hey Joel, doctor says this you're clear, and I know that it's probably in the best interest for you to sit. But however, you have said, and I'm of the mindset that I want to win. Here's our window right now, and you also got to know that you got to pay Joel Embiid at some point. You still got to pay that man, and he has the opportunity to leave. So again, if he said that he wants to win, and you as a GM and your Nick Nurse, you come to him and say, "This is how we're going to win. This is our game plan. This is the path that we got to take. Let's take our chances. Let's take a risk, and your reward could very well much be maybe we make it to Eastern Conference Finals, and that's enough to keep Joel Embiid. Then you take that because losing clearly is not going to help you keep him. So you got to try something different."
I'm just gonna say hypothetically, if Joel does come back, and we want him to. If he come back and something happens to where he's not playing in the Olympics, I'm gonna come back to this moment and blame y'all as to why USA is gonna win silver in the Olympics. Just throwing it out there right now.
No, but it would be blame the doctors because the doctor said that he could go. That's what the doctor said he could go.
The nurse said he can go.
I see
right.
I see what you did there.
All right, so of course we're going to end the episode with how we should have begun it, but of course we do things here a little different because we could talk music all day here, especially with me being a DJ, and we're going to kind of get back into that combo. But at first, we're gonna, of course, give a few flowers. We can kind of go around because I'm pretty sure we got a couple or a few. My first flowers to the U of M students, to the U of M students on their, we're gonna say performance, but I guess we're gonna call it a show. We're gonna call it a show. We're gonna call it a performance that they have with their rotten dude, written dude, whatever. They got him the hell on out of here. They got him and that nasty, ugly looking dog on up out of here. And they held it down at the University of Memphis, and I was proud to watch that. Of course, if I was be in Memphis, I definitely would have been there. But I felt good just watching the social media feed of them not only doing what they did when he was leaving, but how they got him to leave. Shout out to the gentleman. I should have had his name. Damn it, I hate I'm doing this. But shout out to the gentleman who asked him the direct question straight on, and he didn't answer. Let's go. That's my flowers to the University of Memphis.
Yeah, like from now on, when I picture protest, I want to think about that moment. Like as a Tigers fan, as a black man, like to see, to your point, to like how they got him out there, like I just can't get out of my head that they were checking the police officers and they were checking him. Like as a Memphian, like I'm so cool with that, bro. Like I legit shed a tear, bro. That was hella good to see. And then to take it a step further, like this is in my flowers, but when you say U of M students, I went somewhere else. But the University of Memphis band as well too, who played on behalf of Colgate yesterday and during March Madness. That was very cool to see too. Like they stepped in. I'm not sure if either Colgate didn't have a band at all, or something happened where they could not be there. But the University of Memphis band stepped in and played for them throughout the entire game, which I thought was interesting before I saw the article, as again somebody that was there. But now that I know the full context of the story, extreme shout out to them for doing that for them as well.
It's crazy. You can buy all that toothpaste and can't even afford a band. Like what's going on? Colgate, my nigga? Like what y'all doing out there? Y'all got all the money in the world. Get the students band. Y'all got everything else.
As we transition to my flowers, because as we transition to my flowers, go ahead, say, Trevor.
I say you got your flowers. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna make mine real quick. My flowers before we end this great month for the women. My flowers is going to Glorilla and Sexy Red, who has had music at the top of the charts all season. I don't care if I'm a male. I don't care what they rapping about, singing about, twerking to, dancing to, whatever the case may be. They got my whole timeline flooded with Get It Sexy and Yeah It Glow. So those are my biggest shout outs. I hope that they hear this, but I appreciate them for what they're doing for the music industry.
What I just saw in my head was Trump and Biden having their debate, and they having their own theme music, and Joe coming out to Joe, like Glorilla goes and re-record that.
And then Donald Trump coming out to Get It Sexy.
Look, they already got Juvenile. Look, they already got Juvenile back then. They can go ahead and get like Glorilla and Biden. Ain't no way in hell they should do the same. Let's just keep it a bit. I'm not hating.
If I hear a presidential candidate coming out to Get It Sexy, I'm probably gonna vote for him.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, Joe.
Man. Thank you, Sharky. Big man. I'm gonna go look at it right now.
We're about to go look at that right now. I got my flowers real quickly and real briefly. Sticking with the women, for that matter. I'll go into the realm of wrestling real quick. So Friday nights just got a little bit more melanated with WWE SmackDown. Shout out to them for having all the black women on that show. Bianca Belair, obviously, Jade Cargill, who was the most recent signee. Naomi's back. And then they had two on the roster already with B-Fab and Mia Yim. I'll let y'all do y'all Google so you can see how they look. But whatever. But yeah, Friday nights just got a little bit more melanated in the realm of wrestling. So shout out to I will be remiss also. Shout out to Mercedes Moné, who formerly known as Sasha Banks. Of course, y'all heard Sheedy talk about her a while back in the older podcast. Signed to AEW, the other wrestling promotion, and is the highest paid right now. I think she's making around $10 million a year with with her signing. So big shout out to her as well, man.
$10 million? That's low. Man. wish somebody would pay me $10 million. I just want somebody.
I know
anybody, bro. I don't care who's listening. I don't care if it's Colgate. I don't care if it's Crown Royal. I don't care if it's Capital One, NCAA, Nissan. Bro, somebody pay me $10 million to do something. What if you have it in your budget to pay me $10 million to do something? Sign me up. Sign me up.
All right, quickly. Where do I sign?
You ain't even gotta have me sign nothing. Just cut me my check, cuz. You gotta sign nothing. Damn, that's what's up, bro.
Is that me?
All right, me, pick me, my lord, pick me.
Oh man, y'all got anything else with the flowers, bro? Any more flowers y'all got to give?
No, I think we had to do it justice for the women, man, since we closing out the month of March. So
absolutely. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. All right, so I do have a would you rather that we can end the show with. Do y'all have a would you rather?
Floor is yours, my buddy.
We're gonna end the show the way we started, ladies and gentlemen. And if you missed it, just go ahead and push that rewind and just bring it on back here. Give it 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and let's begin. All right, so I'm gonna ask y'all truthfully. I have rapper A and I have rapper B, and I want you to put yourself in those shoes and tell me which career would you rather have. Would you rather have? Let me see how I want to do this. Would you rather have 77 top 10 hits and 5 Grammy wins? Or would you rather have 17 Grammy wins and 12 top 10 hits? Again, 12 top 10 hits, 17 Grammys? Or would you rather have 5 Grammy wins but 77 top 10 songs? The floor is yours.
The
floor is answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question.
It's messed up because I know rappers A and B.
And answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question.
A and B is. Oh man.
Be honest. I'll start. Since y'all having such a hard time, I would rather get those 17 Grammys because that means my body of work is being recognized rather than having just good, great moments.
Hold on. So you
rapper A also has a Pulitzer as well, and that's if you need me to look it up, I can.
So you said 77 Grammy wins or nominations?
No, 77. So 70. No. 77 top 10.
77 top 10 hits. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But 5 Grammy wins, or 17 wins, or 17 Grammy wins and 12 top 10 hits. Shark said, "Whoever makes the most money." I mean, they both got a bag. I mean, come on now. Stop. Both got a bag.
Don't get me wrong. Rapper A is enticing. Don't get me wrong. Rapper A is enticing. I don't really care about Grammys that much. I'll take rapper B, man. Give me rapper B. I know I don't have that many top 10 hits, but if them top 10 hits brought me a lot of money, I'll just ride to the sunset. So I'd rather do that and be nice. And then rather than just have the because you're only on top 10 for what, maybe a week or so. So hey, if it's only 14 and then I made a decent bag on each one, I'll take B.
Yeah,
Lito, before you answer, the Pulitzer Prize is regarded as the highest national honor in print journalism, literary achievement, and musical composition. Meaning you can write your ass off. And there's only one rapper that's got one of those. And that is rapper A, by the way. So just want to throw that out there. Answer, please, so we can end the pod the right way.
Give me rapper A.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry, give me rapper A, bro. And it's only for the I feel like it's got to be very, very difficult for your song for you to get a top hit because there's music that's being released every day, every hour. So to have a top 10 hit, bro, thinking about all of the artists that's out there, thinking about now in a day and age, we can put a song together. It takes us 30 minutes and it trends and it catches fire, and that could be a top 10 hit. Like those are memories that I'm not sure that you can
moments.
That you can. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with rapper A, bro. I'm gonna go rapper A. That was tough.
Look, man.
That was a good one.
Makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, I ain't knocking it. It makes sense.
And of course, for those that's listening, rapper A was Kendrick Lamar and rapper B was Drake. And that hurt my heart because you're talking to somebody who in high school was saying that Drake was going to be the greatest. And they're all the greatest. Like they are, like I know Kendrick said they are big me. But if you really think about it, like they're the three. They do something different. They brought something different to the rap game. I'm a fan of all three. And like I said, rap is a sport. Hip hop is a sport that's in a way dying. But when you have moments like this, it just gives hip hop heads like me just a jolt of energy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, and I appreciate us being able to talk about it because like I'm energetic in this moment. Like this is probably one of the better hip hop moments maybe since COVID, maybe. Just for me, period. And I know it's just a verse coming out of nowhere, but
we'll go that far. But it was
okay.
fine.
Jay-Z had a great moment too. Jay-Z on Khaled's album was a pretty good moment as well. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, and I think something you can give those two credit for is their longevity. Like they've been in the game for a minute. Like think about the first time you heard Drake. Think about the first time you heard Kendrick, and think about the first time you heard Cole.
I actually can remember those moments. That is wild.
Yeah,
I remember those moments.
Drake was like in the mid to late 2000s.
2009.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's a long time.
And so much has happened in the world in that 10, 15 years, bro. So many artists have come and go. Some artists you still have here, some artists you don't. Again, like to have the longevity, and this kind of like not necessarily try to get into this debate, but like it's one of those things of like, damn, they've been doing this for so long. It makes you think about LeBron, like to think about how long he's been great in his game for that long. It's like, damn, like, and these three have done it. So, like, to your point, too, like, it's a really, really great moment. Like, I'll be able to come back to this moment or this segment in life, 5 or 6 years down the road. I'm like, damn, I remember when X, Y, and Z happened. I remember the first time I heard Cole, the first time I heard Drake, the first time I heard Kendrick diss Drake. I heard the first time Drake responded to Kendrick. Like those moments are huge, and I love it for music, bro. Like as a music head, as somebody who listens to music all day, every day, I love it.
Yeah,
absolutely. And we say all that to say, hey, shout out to Metro and Future, great album.
Shout out to Metro.
Shout out to Metro as a whole.
It's gonna hurt because I grew up a fan of his, but
here you go.
All this happened and Big Sean dropped, and ain't nobody said.
Oh yeah, Big Sean dropped.
Nobody said nothing, and I'm a fan, and it was good.
And I heard it was solid though. The track was
good.
I need to listen to the track.
Oh well,
it was good, man.
It's who's trending. That's what it's about. Is who's trending.
Oh man, hey salute to y'all real quick, man, real quick. Salute to everybody checking us out, everybody commenting. Ryan, we gonna get that bag from you, bro. Thank you for not being selfish. Speaking of bags, too, them harder plays. Hey, I'm 3-0. Make sure y'all tap in with me as well. I'm 3-0 in those. Posting every day. I'll probably post one within like the hour. So y'all check that out on my Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, @TabShakir. But before we do that, of course, make sure y'all follow Gang. Again, make sure y'all follow the network, LBR_media on Instagram, Twitter, everything but Threads, because who wants to be on Threads anyway? Apparently, us and 3 the Hardaway, which, of course, I'm featured in as well, got going at it for the 200. So, of course, once you see once you see both, subscribe to both and help us both get to 200. Speaking of 3 the Hardaway, next episode will be Monday. Again, they are on their E- tour, coming to the city nearest most of our listeners. When you roll the dice and you win. When you say what's going to happen and it happened, hallelujah. Monday is when you can find a great, probably one of the better, if not one of the best episodes in 3 the Hardaway history, if not one of the pettiest. Make sure y'all check out the Jeans Report. We got our own K-Dot versus Drake going on in the network.
Not for real.
Hey, and shout out to Cole. Whoever Cole may be. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get this money, Ryan. Stop playing. Nice bag, Ryan.
Right, I'm waiting on y'all ass to end so I can put this damn bet in. I got like 20 minutes.
Speaking of Ryan, man, make sure y'all go follow us, man. The Jump Pass Pod. You know I gotta get rid about the solutions.
Yeah,
man.
no, you good, bro. You good.
That's what I'm here for. Of course, we can't end without our sponsors giving a salute and a shout out to our sponsors at SeatGeek, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us again. King Kendrick, shout out to you, man. At Tab Shakir is where you can find yours truly.
All right.
You don't want to give your Instagram? You don't want to give your Twitter, your handle?
You know,
exactly.
All right. Well, look, I'm at the Art of Trevor, man. Of the preposition, you know what not to do with it. Let's Be Real Gaming. I'm simply Trevor LBR on YouTube. Got the footage coming of me and Toop getting that dub in 2K. I make my return to Xbox for MLB The Show because I have that and I'm currently playing that right now. Having fun. I'm trash at it right now, but I'm trying to get better. And to what Cap said, merch coming soon, man. We moving.
Oh yeah, merch coming soon. Just order mine. Can't wait for it to get here. I think I get mine on Monday. @_Scarlett on Twitter. Y'all know where to find me. You know, ain't nothing changed. And appreciate y'all for rocking us on this episode. And let's continue this great wave of music.
Hey, let's get it. And my bad, Cap. You ain't been fade working, bro. Shout out to you, man. You've been working, man.
He was on your ad yesterday. I ain't gonna tell you what he said.
He really was.
He was on your ad yesterday.
Look, Cap got him ad pause because y'all on some Skip Bayless shit right now. But he got on it, man. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Cap. Shout out, keep doing your thing, man. We love you, dog. We miss you. Hopefully we can see you soon. But you definitely got the merch rocking, and we can't wait to go ahead and get that going, of course, man. Shout out to Cap out here, man. Shout out to everybody checking us out. Till next time, y'all go put them bets in around because you know what the hell he doing. I kind of do too. So till next time, peace out.
Be easy.